Namaste. So much is in that one word, the essence of the light. Wow, I bow. All is light in me, in you, everything, everywhere, the eternal light. So let's just feel that we are embraced always in that eternal light, everybody. And relax completely and melt yourself into that truth. Really embrace that truth. Love that truth. The more you love truth, the greater will be your joy and bliss and happiness and peace. And the easier it will be to live with yourself, to love everything and everyone else. I had this song in my mind, so let's feel that we are that we are each other's brother and sister, divine brother and divine sister. And let's feel the impact of these words. Let's live today like there's no tomorrow. Let's love everyone like a brother. Let's live today like there's no tomorrow. Let's love everyone like a sister. Come on, let's love everyone. Come on, let's love everyone. Come on, let's love everyone. Just like a brother and sister. Just like a brother and sister. Just like a brother and sister. Feel your soul just kicking in. Feel the love light is turned brightly on within you. And truth means everything to you. It puts you in a state of joy, ever new joy. Just the truth. The truth is the highest wisdom. It is the highest love. And wisdom is the highest truth and the highest love. And the highest love is that wisdom and truth. I'm so happy you all are on. This is going to be a keeper, this recording today, because of the vibration that is coming in to us right now. It always is, but you all enhance that. You all induce that. You all bring that. Where two or more are gathered together in my name, there I am, says the loving presence right in the midst of you. So thank you so much for that. And we get to listen to Yogananda's words a lot today and recap a huge section, as you know, of the yugas, of the Satya Yuga consciousness, the utopia that we're building on the inside, this inner portable paradise that we carry around with us, and we till it like the most magical, beautiful, divine garden ever. And we're just watchful witnesses of everything else that tries to come in. We just watch it, let it go. No big deal. And we just come right back to this present moment, right? Right back, you know. And as Rumi says, I'm not just a drop in the ocean of love, but the entire ocean in a drop. I'm not just a drop in the ocean of love, but the entire ocean in a drop. I'm an ocean of bliss. I'm a sea of peace, glimmering, shimmering light. I'm an ocean of bliss, a sea of peace, glimmering, shimmering light. Glimmering, shimmering light. I'm not just a drop in the ocean of love, but the entire ocean in a drop. Wow, I bow to who I am, to who you are, to what everything really is, and everyone really is. Wow, I bow. And perhaps this is the reason why the Buddha said, you never have a need for any other cause but unceasing gratitude and ever new joy. He just said gratitude and joy, but I like to add that, those adjectives, unceasing gratitude and ever new joy. And now you know why. If you're a lover of truth, if you're a lover of just knowing your soul is everything, you are everything, and you are waking up, and no matter how bad of a morning it's been, or life, or day, whatever, that it's still nothing is worth your time. There's only one cause to consider. More joy today, Lord. I'm so happy today. God is eternal laughter, and a joyful heart is his smile. So I am going to smile and be joyful, right? Because that is the nature of truth, the highest wisdom. So rejoice, rejoice. It's a brand new day. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can get recap today and maybe begin our journey in the next verses after today. Let's see what happens. This is where we're picking up from last week, the hidden perfection of God in nature. And the title of this little section is, even while living in the outer world, concentrate on God's perfection in the inner world. Be in the world, but not of it. Even while in the matrix of the complexity of and the hypnosis and the duality and the comings and goings and the changing nature of everything, still we concentrate on God's perfection in the inner world. Yogananda says this: God is truth, goodness, and beauty. You may never have to mention the word again. You may never have to proselytize anything about anything, a certain way, a teaching, whatever, ever again. You just need to be the truth, be the example, be the change. And that word for truth is satyam. We know that the Satya Yoga is the truth, right? But this is satyam, is the truth. All you need to do is be good, right? See no evil, hear no evil, taste no evil, touch no evil, and just look for the good. Be like a good, an amazing super soul photographer that's only seeing and taking pictures of the good in everyone. And even when you can't see any good and they're not behaving like there's any good, and it's up for grabs, you can still know that every soul is good. So we're soul. We go soul to soul, right? Soul to soul, soul brother, soul sister. And that word for goodness is Shivam. So we have Satyam for truth, and for the goodness, Shivam. And the beauty, the word is Sundaram. Sundaram. Sundara means beauty. That we named our teaching program, our 8 Steps of Patanjali, while Trish and I were at the Soul. That was our teacher training for years and years, and it's called Sundara. It's the Soul Institute now, but it's the Institute of the Soul Institute. But isn't that beautiful? You can make Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram. You can make any little mantra out of that. And Yogananda goes on and says, in India, these words are a well-known Sanskrit mantra, chant. You can figure it out on your own. Write those down. Satyam, Satyam, Shivam, good. Shivam, and then Sundaram, Sundaram, and come up with your own Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram, Satyam, Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram, Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram. And these words are a well-known Sanskrit mantra for worshiping, invoking a meditative perception of God. Satyam Shivam Sundaram. Okay? This is beautiful. Yogananda goes on and says, everything that is good is God. Again, get rid of the religious. If you're still kind of hung over from the upbringing of the what you might think is dogma of the church and religion and all these things, and just forget it. Just be good. Be the best good that you can be. Follow the feel good, I used to say, right? Or I still say. And follow the good, because the good is God. How simple, beautiful is that? Just be good and see the good in others. That alone can make your day in life. That could be your only focus, and you will, get into the matrix of the reality. Get into the total truth of what is. Just that one thing, one thing gets you in. All the other soul qualities just bloom, blossom with that one little petal of you that opens up to one little focus, man. Deviating focus. Whether it manifests this good in nature or through noble qualities in human beings, it is God whom we are beholding. God the beautiful is manifest in the synchronized scenery of nature. The synchronized scenery of nature. His breath is heaving in the wind. His divinity is smiling at us in the flowers. By the way, this is lesson number 77, the hidden perfection of God in nature and in us and in everything. Her divinity is smiling at us in the flowers. The qualities of love and peace and joy that grow. Love and peace and joy in the garden of human hearts are reflecting his goodness, his beauty. He who looks for evil sees evil everywhere. He who looks for goodness sees goodness everywhere. See the good. Don't even try to figure out someone's personality. Don't ever try to figure out humans anymore. It's over. It's over. That's passé. You're no longer interested in just being human to human and acting like humans and behaving in a not as who you are. In a complete illusion. Just look for the good. Be the good. Let your eyes behold only that which is beautiful, so that the ugliness of evil will disappear from your consciousness. You see how it is? Turn the light on, and the darkness will vanish as though it had never been. Make your list every day. Maybe it's a new list of these little nuggets, man. I know we got our steps, but from the steps comes an infinite variety of little nuggets that your soul wants to give you in the present moment, wants to give you just perfect for today. All we got to do is make our list and make a little note or put it on your phone when the next nugget shows up. And that's God's way of saying, I am with you in an ever new way today. I am loving you differently than I've ever loved you before, but equally as deeply and as unconditionally, right? So let our eyes behold only that which is beautiful, so that the ugliness of evil, the darkness will disappear, so it had never been, okay? The advanced devotee does not concentrate on the delusive, contradictory, imperfect state of nature, and we can add or people or things or this body of ours. They don't. Devotees who mean for real, man, have that sincerest heart's desire, pure heart's desire, right? That's the ticket right there, as you know. Does not concentrate on delusive, contradictory, imperfect state of nature, but keeps his or her attention focused upon the perfect nature of God. As revealed to the devotee, God in his inner nature is, here's our perfection, because God is you. You are in God, God is in you. God in his inner nature is immortal, perfect, pure wisdom. Your causal body in the crown chakra of your causal body, if it has a chakra, and it's in the pure consciousness that is the causal realm, pure consciousness, that right there in the highest place in that in that causal body is wisdom bliss. Wisdom bliss. You think bliss is bliss, but it comes from absorbing and being and loving the highest wisdom, my dears. Wisdom is everything. Everything. Be true to wisdom and you're true to God. Be true to God and you'll be in the highest wisdom. And you'll be true to everyone. You cannot be false to anyone. As revealed to the devotee, God in his inner nature is immortal, perfect, pure wisdom. He is ever new bliss and ever conscious being. So since the divine indweller, know ye not that the Spirit, the Holy Spirit lives within you, a gift from God? You are not your own, right? I love that quote. The divine indwell lives within us. So we can say that I am immortal, perfect, pure wisdom. I am. The I am is another practice that you have that needs to come on. Let's keep going. Let's deepen, but with more love, with more, tenderness, with more, I don't know, just complete surrender into it. You are deep and ever new deep. You are. We can't exhaust at all ever the depth of the reality, the truth of the reality. We can't. It's ever new. It's ongoing. That alone. This is why we have no cause for anything else. Whatever new joy and unceasing gratitude. Wow, I bow to that light within me and you. Wow, we could walk around in the wow. What is wow? WOW. Witnessing outrageous wonders, my dear. And can you imagine the difference of already what we've shared this morning? The difference that can have in a day. Because usually everyone's tearing everyone else down. And then they try to sling some mud about that person. Everybody's typically as an immortal state are slinging mud or feeling resentful about this and that. Looking at the limitations, blowing them out of proportion, right? When we got to know that the soul is good, know that we are perfect on the inside, that God is in us. You don't want to, you can't belittle God, you want to just, wow, I bow. And I am ever new bliss and I am ever conscious being. I am immortal, perfect, pure wisdom. I am ever new bliss. I am ever conscious being. I'm all that I am. I am ever new bliss. I am ever conscious being. I am immortal bliss. God is expressed in nature. Here's what Mother Nature and human nature will give you. God as expressed in nature, human nature, Mother Nature, outer nature is unknown, mysterious, elusive, and indifferent to the affairs of you and me. Indifferent. And we seek love in others. We seek happiness in outer things. It's indifferent to you. That's why we are so depressed these days. This is why so many people are angry. This is why everything sucks, right? That's it. Because we are buying into that which cannot help us ever, whereas the infinite can help you always, right here, right now. God is revealed to the devotee. Here's what it is to have a relationship with that divine beloved. Intimate, sociable, indescribably lovable, and consciously and directly interested in removing all the miseries of man and woman. Kaboom! Phew! Well, this is not in the Gita, Vinny. We've been reading from some of the SRF lessons. And it's a lesson number 77. Highly recommend you get those new SRF lessons, my friend. I can give you some more tips on that offline. All right. Yeah. Imagine that though. Look at that shift. This is why you can have a shift today like none other. Just changing from seeing the limited to seeing the perfection, the beloved. I see you. I see you. Hello, beloved. I I'm so glad to see you, right? It's the light in everything and everyone. That's so beautiful. But Yogananda has this little prayer, but I made it into a song. I laugh at all fears. I laugh at all fears. For my protector, Father, Mother, beloved God, is especially attentively awake and present everywhere, with the deliberate purpose of protecting me from the temptations of evil. I laugh at all fears, for my protector, Father, Mother, friend, beloved God is especially attentively awake and present everywhere, with the deliberate purpose of protecting me from myself, from thoughts, from the temptations of this world. All right? So God is revealed to the devotee as intimate, sociable, indescribably lovable, and consciously and directly interested in removing all miseries of men and women. Being truth is ringing, man. Truth is just blazing right now in its pure vibration, right? And you feel it every time we show up. God gives us another new surprise of the ever new, of his presence, of his nearness, of his intimacy, of his fun, of his laughter. So, in order to interest God in your affairs, you must meditate deeply and go beyond the domain of cruel, indifferent, unsympathetic nature, and that includes your human nature. The prodigal devotee must cease wandering in the mire of material desires and must return to the home of immortality. Short-sighted people of the world pursue God's ephemeral, mundane gifts of material objects and pleasures in complete neglect of the giver or the divine indweller that you are. Divine indweller is you. And we can go along today in complete neglect of the giver who is everlasting useful to his seeking children. Everlasting useful. Do you need help with anything? Go to the source. Go direct. Go direct. Be here now and access instantly, or instantly access the eternal now loving presence. I made that little nugget for myself recently. Be here now to instantly access the eternal now loving presence. Be here now, bang, and instantly access this loving presence, this agape, this pure unconditional love, which is unceasing, my dears, unceasing coming into you. Believe it or not, your soul is giving it straight back to that source and into the heart grid of all hearts, all beings, all creatures, everything in creation. That's the agape that is your true nature. Pure love, unconditional love. Wow. Are you feeling a little happier today that you are so cared for, that you are so unconditionally loved, that you have so much, so you're always in the whole, say, aura, there's not an aura, but the whole cosmic magnificence, let's say, of the loving presence. It's real, it's intimate, it's here with us now. So be here now to greet it, okay? This giver who's everlastingly useful to his seeking children is right here, right now. Wise children of the Heavenly Father who discover that they are made in his image, seek first his kingdom of eternal happiness within. Your only need, your only thing that matters is the joy. Is the joy. Yogananda got samadhi, bliss, touch from Sri Yukteswar, And he said, well, I didn't see God. And he said, what do you think? He's some bearded guy in the antiseptic corner of this universe? No, God is ever new joy. There it is. Bang. God is ever new joy. And anyone that feels even just a little bit of that joy is absolutely 100% in tune with God. Don't you see? We got to smile when we don't want to. We got to laugh just to get out of a mood. We have to just totally be so. There's no other cause. Let's make joy and happiness and unceasing gratitude our cause, because Yogananda said, if you can be grateful for everything at all times, you will know God. That's why there's no need for any cause other than gratitude and joy. So, and to seek first the Heavenly Father who and his kingdom of eternal happiness within, and material things afterwards, realizing that no spurious material substitutes can ever alleviate the true happiness thirst of your soul. We thirst. Oh, we're definitely looking for the thirst buster, right? We really are. Of course, you know what that is now. You know, you don't live by bread alone at all. You live by the cosmic consciousness of spirit. You live by the light and energy of the creator Lord in creation, and you live by the soul that's in the divine indweller in you, right? All of it just stacked up in these amazing things called your chakras, the divinity within you. This is why Jesus said, bread the men of the world seek after. But ye who are wise, seek ye the kingdom of God first. People don't realize that the prosperity, the health, the happiness, the joy, the everything that they struggle so much to have, just from the wrong perspective again, from the wrong allegiance, identity theft. They don't know they've ripped themselves off, thinking they're the doer of everything. Don't realize that if you seek the divine first, all of this is going to be added unto you. What a win-win. Men of the world seek bread, material sustenance. This is a good line. Only. Material sustenance only. Like you use up your resources, probably used them up already. Human resources. How are you getting refilled? Unless you're tapping in directly in this moment, right? Direct access to the unlimited supply of that which is most useful to you here and now and always. So men of the world seek bread, material sustenance only, forgetting God, thereby suffering unending woes. But those who by meditation seek the kingdom of God and ever new bliss within find added unto them health, prosperity, and complete fulfillment of all desires. Gosh, look at the money we spend for health, for trying to make money, and for fulfillment of our desires, the time and the effort and the useless spending of our precious energy in this precious life. Because, you know, as the Buddha said, he said, your greatest illusion is to think you have tomorrow. So I say, let's live today like there's no tomorrow. Let's love everyone like a brother and sister. Let's start there, okay? This little section is called Rise Above the Imperfect Body and Awaken Soul Perception of God's all-pervading presence. Oh yeah, okay. Maybe I can just give you a little tasting of an old daily dose of divinity that came in to me as memory on Facebook recently. Okay, put it up here. Okay. Well, you know, for some, oh, no, not for some. Got it. Found it. I found myself, everybody. I found it. This is what I wrote. Because we're talking about all this inexhaustible help we have from the divine. Just ask and you shall receive. This is what I wrote. You've got the advantage, I said. Title. It's legal to get high on God. It's the advantage every soul has. You always have the advantage to choose right from wrong. And then rise above both right and wrong to join Rumi and other wild dancers in the field of ecstatic joy. You always have the advantage anytime, anywhere to pause the think button and spend moment after moment deep breathing, deep remembering, and deep loving the one. We have the advantage. We have the soul. God is the soul. We have the beloved. We are the beloved. We are the beloved. You always have the advantage to choose to be happy. It's a win-win, a no-lose forever because your soul is happiness itself. You always have the advantage to be a loving person, which is to be real-time hero and heroine. Just affirm right here, right now, I'm loving this. I'm a soul hero, loving all the time. There's no new news here, right? You always have the advantage to drink from the well of everlasting life. To go absolute access to the absolute. Go direct instantly to the eternal now loving presence and drink away, my dears. Get totally drunk with the love of God. And let's all get drunk with the love of God together. You always have advantage to drink from the well of everlasting life every time you are tired of this one. Fill up your bucket of faith every day with special one-on-one time with the beloved. You always have the advantage to be a peacemonger. Hoard every opportunity you have to rest your mind and desires in the arms of the most beautiful angel you can visualize. And there is never a good enough reason to ever leave the hug. You always have the advantage to make every day a walk in the park with the beloved by your side and in your heart. It's always legal to smooch the one who is most smoochable anytime and anywhere and all the time. You always have the advantage to see what your soul wants you to see rather than watching. Yeah. You always have the advantage to see what is good everywhere and everyone. You always have the advantage to see what your soul wants you to see rather than watching 3D vision all the time. You always have the advantage to admit yourself into divine assisted living anytime the burden of soul forgetfulness begins to weigh you down and make you sad. You always have the advantage to declare today a divine spa day where Divine Mother and her beautiful angelic assistants nurture you from head to toes, inside and out. Not too tough of a life after all, eh, Charlie Brown? Take advantage of your soul. It's always your best advantage. Take advantage of this moment, this precious moment. There's no tomorrow. So you can put it all on the line today and leave it all behind today. Just put this present moment and drink deep of this present moment. You know, walk with the beloved, take long walks with the beloved today. Just add up your nuggets. I'll get a whole list of your nuggets for today, honestly. You need to do that because you'll just go kind of get stuck in auto mode, right? Yeah, you know the steps, but you got to remember to practice the steps. You have to have conscious awareness of all this stuff every day, a little more and a little better, says Sister Gyanamata. People are foolish to look for paradise in earthly things. How could changeless, perfect happiness be wrung out of imperfect earth surroundings? Tell me how. A motley perplexity of events of sorrow and joy, disease and health, earth conditions, being born of delusion, will always be more or less defective. Heaven on earth is found only within by the contact of the illuminating immutable wisdom. Oh, those are big adjectives he uses to describe wisdom. Illuminating immutable wisdom perceived in meditation. Now we're going to go into a section where it's going to be talking about expanding. Because right now we just think that we feel the body, we're in the head, we're always just enclosed in delusion in this whole story, in this whole series of sometimes unfortunate events, right? Every now and then a little glimmer of hope, but then that gets dashed because we get negative. So rise above the imperfect body and awaken soul perception of God's all-pervading presence. Here we go. Let's rise up, wake up, and remember who we are. Rise up, wake up, and remember who you are. I am all that I am. I am that I am, and I'm all that I am. I am love. I am light. I am immortal. Remember, all space is alive with God's flaming presence. This is a nice little thing that we're kind of recapping because we have, in the Satya Yuga consciousness, you're not, shrinking up. You're not hiding from that great light that is beaming inside of you and all around you. You are, let's go. We're full on embracing the highest truth, right? So remember, all space is alive with God's flaming presence. Many people think that the absence of bodily consciousness signifies only a void. This is not so. On the contrary, in deep meditation, space can be felt as one's own body. The greater the depth of meditation, the greater the spread of consciousness in space. The sensation of omnipresence in space is one objective of meditation. The touch sensation of the physical body creates the sense belief of being confined to a limited portion of space. That is the defect in being tied to the feelings of the body. However, touch sensation is purely a mental phenomenon. By the metaphysical way of relaxing consciousness and energy from the sense of touch, like in sleep, the yogi withdraws the soul's consciousness and life energy from the little space enclosed by the physical body and tries to feel the greater space surrounding the body. So as we, meditation is conscious sensory relaxation. CSR, conscious sensory relaxation. So the more you relax from the mind quiet down, the heart quiets down, everything quiets down. What we find happening is all of a sudden now we can kind of leave the cage every now and then. Seek, the cage door is open, says Rumi. It's hint, the cage door is open. Fly out, little soul bird of paradise. As a sensation of space in the body is felt through energy and consciousness in the nerves, so also the withdrawn consciousness and energy. So we can feel the body totally. If you can, it's not a bad meditation, just feel everything. Feel, accept, and embrace it. Don't judge it. And if you want to, send love to it. That's the healing of things in the body, right? Application of love to the parts that hurt. So as a sensation of space in the body is felt through the energy and consciousness in the nerves, so also the withdrawn consciousness. So let's say you go deep within and you withdraw that energy, like getting ready to fall asleep, but you're awake, consciously awake. So also the withdrawn consciousness and energy, when projected into the unbounded reaches of cosmic space, kids, go cosmic. It's so much easier to be cosmic than to play small. So play cosmic. Unbounded reaches of cosmic space can make the yogi feel the omnipresence of God. Remember who you are. Rise up, wake up, and remember who you are. Consciousness and energy are the nerves of the soul and spirit. So consciousness and energy. So you got your consciousness, that's the causal body, and the energy, that's the astral body, are the nerves of the soul and spirit with which they feel their vast body of space. When the soul, by projecting its touch sensation in space, can feel itself spread over space beyond the body, then the soul begins to feel afterwards its superphysical sensibility also within the body. So you expand out, but you feel it not only out there, it's in the body, the mind, the soul, everything expands because you, the master soul, is in charge. What you say goes in this house of lords, right? Yeah. In the beginning, the ordinary human being finds the sensibility of the body standing against the sensibility of omnipresence, obviously, because, I gotta go. What's for breakfast? So we for omnipresence can wait, but not my breakfast. But later on, the sensibility of omnipresence includes the sensibility of the body. Hang in there with me on this section. The spirit is not intangible, incomprehensible, or untouchable. In fact, the touch sensation of the body is the bequeathed miniature sensibility inherited from spirit. Bequeathed sensibility, our sense of touch. You know, this body is, again, it is cosmic being, formless, deathless, all powerful, same as spirit, one with spirit, right? It's bequeathed. It's bequeathed to us. But we now, as yogi and yogini, should constantly strive through meditation to dislodge the limited sensibility of the body and spread the consciousness beyond confining body identification. Meditation, or here it is, conscious sensory relaxation, CSR. Conscious meditation or conscious sensory relaxation is not a negative state. Its purpose is to expand the sensibility of the body to become the soul's sensibility of omnipresence. Can I say that again? Its purpose is to expand, is not a negative state. Meditation is not a negative state. Its purpose is to expand the sensibility of the body to become the soul's sensibility of omnipresence. And then Yogananda talks about after a little meditation, the soul bird of paradise wants to come back to its small cage again. Right? We know that. After a little flight in vaster space sensibility, the bird of omnipresence wants to come back to its small cage in the body. Even great souls, excuse me, when their last days come, feel a momentary attachment to the body, just as does a little bird who lives long in a cage and then is let out. It flies around for a while and then it suddenly feels it is lost. It says, oh Lord, where shall I stay? I must go back to the cage. The bird of omnipresence has its home in all space, but it forgets about its true nest, having loved the little cage of the body. And even on the day of approaching freedom, it has the desire to return to the cage. So, hey, we play the game, man. We go with the flow here, man. We have, we still have all the power, all the help of the universe if we can be here now and instantly access the help of the loving presence. Like in AA, they said, ask for help, his everlasting presence or ever loving presence. Help. The attachment to the body must be broken completely. Every time you meditate. See, we're expanding, right? I know you might think, well, I have this and that. Simplify it. You really don't. You just have a heart filled with more and more love and the wow factor, and the gratitude factor and the happiness factor that you're even sitting there making an effort to feel the love, to know the one supreme love, right? The attachment to the body must be broken completely. Every time you meditate, remember, you must not remain identified with your confining body, but practice the consciousness of infinite space. The human body is a little fleshly form, but God's body is the universe. And those who want to feel and must feel not only the space in the body, but all space beyond. Meditation is not doing away with sensibility, but expanding your feeling power from the body to infinite space. You become super sensuous, super soul sensuous, right? Expansive. When by metaphysical relaxation, you withdraw the energy and consciousness from the body, you know with absolute assurance that you are not the body. You are the energy burning in the lamp of flesh. It's another nugget for today. Soon as no matter what you're doing, where you are, walking, sitting, exercising, driving, you can remind yourself, I am not the body. I am the energy, cosmic energy, the Shakti burning in this lamp of flesh. I am the cosmic energy. It's just a matter of us having more resilience to remember and then practice the nuggets, man. That's the only difference between us and the ones who have established themselves in that nirvikalpa state, that unconditional oneness with spirit, right? Is that they keep practicing. They keep practicing. They are obsessed with practicing truth and merging with the truth. Relaxation, when it precedes meditation, get a load of this nugget. Relaxation, let go, relax. When it precedes meditation, is the way to the infinite. Just remove the obstacles that are in your way. You don't have to seek anything. You know, as the Buddha says, you don't need to seek enlightenment. Just cease cherishing your cherished beliefs. The little bird wants to go back to the cage and just, I'm afraid. The following meditation exercise will help you to release your soul from confinement and finitude to eternal freedom and infinity. Now, that sentence there coming from anybody else but an avatar that you know is a true avatar, you would say, yeah, right. But coming from the lips of the divine teacher, what a statement. The following little exercise I'm going to share with all of you will help you to release your soul from confinement, infinitude to eternal freedom in infinity. This is a meditation exercise on page 13 of this, The Hidden Perfection of God in Nature, lesson number 77. Practice these exercises during your morning or evening meditation periods when you are in a quiet place. Here's the first exercise. Sit upright. Look out of the open window into the limitlessness of the sky. I know my sister and Jim live in Ashland, have a beautiful home with windows looking out over to the mountains and everything. So that's a perfect, you got a perfect thing here. Look out of an open window into the limitlessness of the sky. If you cannot see the sky from your window, don't worry, folks, if you don't have a good sky view from your window, mentally visualize it. Just mentally visualize you have the best view in town, right? Mentally picture your mind. That's a trip, right? Mentally, using your mental abilities, picture your mind. Watching your body, the room in the sky. Should I say it again? Mentally picture your mind watching your body. It's a trip. You got Yogananda does so many of these exercises, I'm telling you, all throughout his teachings. The how-tos. How to be in bliss, my dears, how to be free. Mentally picture your mind watching your body, the room in the sky, simultaneously as its encasing body. So now the mind, the room in the sky becomes the encasing body around you. Your mind, the room, and the sky becomes your sensibility, what you have access to, what you're trying to have a sense of sensibility to experience the sense of a higher touch, let's say. You're going to have that with your mind. Mentally picture your mind watching the body, the room, and the sky simultaneously as its encasing body. Keep on meditating for a few minutes until you feel that you are the body, the room, and the sky, that you are all that you're watching. Right? What a trip. It works, and it works. The same meditation can be fruitfully practiced either in the daytime or in the moonlight, on a mountaintop or at the ocean or in any beautiful scenic surrounding. Meditation exercise number 2. Close your eyes. Look up mentally and keep on traveling mentally as far as you can go into the sky. Look up mentally and keep on traveling mentally as far as you can go into the sky. Look to the right mentally as far as you can. And then look to the left as far as you can. Look down as far as you can. Then bring your eyes to the focus between the eyebrows and concentrate at the central space in the heart. This intuitive space where Yogananda said that he had his realization of the infinite consciousness in that time that Sri Yukteswar gave him the samadhi. There was an intuitive perception, he said, in the centermost piece of his heart, in the center of his heart. So you want to concentrate not only at your eyebrows, spiritual eye, but at the central space in your heart. The space, let's say, where the everything is wide open to receive the endless love, right? And mentally say, I am a tiny speck of space in the heart. I am a tiny speck of space in the heart, and I am all space, alive with everlasting, ever new bliss, at every point of space. So I'm a tiny speck of space in my heart. I would like to say, I'm going to add for me, I'm a tiny speck of bliss, space in my heart, and I'm all space, alive with everlasting, ever new bliss at every point of the big space, spreading from within my body to the limitless beyond, spreading from my body, from my heart center, from everything I am, spreading from within my body to the limitless beyond. My body, mind, brain, intelligence, body cells, organs, and so forth, all constitute the living, intelligent bliss space into which I swallow and absorb everything. The bliss space. You're a bliss cowboy now. You're a space cowboy, right? Right? And cowgirl, bliss cowboy, and bliss cowgirl, and so forth. You just expand it all: brain, intelligence, body cells, organs, so forth, and all constitute the living, intelligent space into which I swallow and absorb everything, out of which I breathe forth the glittering universe according to the will of the Spirit in me. Bliss space, starting at the center of the bliss heart, right? And expand until that's all there is. Got to get out of the body. Got to get out of the mind. You know, be in the world, but not of it. Be focused on the perfection of you. Be focused on the power you already possess as you, all these Satya Yuga consciousnesses in the spine, right? You are immortal, cosmic being. All right. So I think there was a little thing here. This is important, though. Still in that same lesson. So, people might think, well, this is a miracle, though, if I could, be able to do that and feel myself expanding into space. But Yogananda says this: physical miracles stimulate curiosity in the mystery seeker, but rarely awaken sufficient serious interest or desire to love, seek, and find God. To love miracles more than God is spiritual suicide. For by following occult laws, one can develop miraculous powers. But without, this is what I wanted to share with you, but without absolute surrender of all desires, except the desire to find God, love God, one can never discover the omniscient one. Comes back to that solitary devotion, right? Single-hearted devotion. It comes down to that over and over again, doesn't it? That's the only way we can discover this omniscient one and know that we are omniscient with that omniscient one. He never fully manifests in a heart where there is a single marauding worldly desire. A single marauding physical desire or worldly desire. Only when the ever-increasing desire for God soars, ever increasing, ever new, happier today than yesterday, more willing to surrender today than yesterday, right? And on and on. Only when the ever increasing desire for God soars above all of the desires does the omniscient one reveal herself or himself unto the devotee. Physical miracles astound ordinary people. Moral miracles, miracles of love, interest God. Miracles of love, moral miracles. Who you are, really. Your intention, really. Your motive, truly. What's the reason why you do anything? Right? So I just have one more lesson to finish up on, and we can start for a few minutes, and we will definitely wrap halfway through next week. And we'll move on to these next verses, 23, I think till 26, and then we're out of chapter 8. All right. How's everyone doing? These latest streams have been more where you just put on the tape, man, and listen and just hear over and over again the truth. Just hear it over and over again. You can't do that enough. We got to fill up the spaces that are usually filled up with nonsense and just complete falsities, futilities in the mind, waste of energy in the mind. We got to fill up those spaces with truth. All right. So this is Self-Realization Way of Life, lesson 18, page 23. Though you must remain in the world, be not of the world. Real yogis can talk and mingle with people, but all the while their minds are wrapped in God. So what a nugget to carry. Remember that when I speak to anyone today, I'm going to keep my mind wrapped in God, or I'm going to keep my heart loving God. And since God is them, I can just love. I'll just love. I won't even try to pretend to interpret their intent of what they're saying. I'll be too busy loving, right? That one practice, we got to get on the cutting edge now of motivating ourselves to reach higher today, to wake up a little more, to remember a lot today more than ever before, right? We need to help. This is why we need, especially as we get up there in those so-called physical years. It's so easy just to put the feet up and be human, right? When your soul is just aching to take charge of you and it is just on fire to be you. And you will be deathless, you'll be breathless, you'll be ever new you, you know, you'll be a fountain of youth. Oh, eternal youth of body and mind abide within me forever, forever. Always remember this. Seclusion is the price of greatness. In this tremendous busy life, unless you are often by yourself, you can never succeed. Often by yourself. No phone, nothing to do next, not thinking of something down the road. In this moment, direct access to the eternal now loving presence. Wow, I bow. Namaste. Wow. Deep breaths. Deep in loving. Deep union, right? Just how important is each one of these present moments today? Walk in silence. Go about your rightful duties quietly. Develop spirituality. We should not allow noise and sensory activities to tear down the ladder of our inner attention. See, he's not talking to the monks and nuns. He's talking to all beings, especially the householder, you know, especially those that have a little pinprint of a desire to know truth. He's speaking to anyone who will listen. And so some of them really know how to listen because the letters in the word listen are the same as silent. They go deep in the silence of meditation. So we should not allow noise, sensory activities tear down the ladder of our inner attention because we're listening. We are listening in that silence. Same letters. For the footsteps of God to come into our body temple. Oh, heart, be still. Oh, mind, be calm. Beloved, you are here inside of me. I could cry, says your awakening soul. Let's cry together. Let's weep with tears of joy for the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Set aside a weekly day for silence and spiritual culture. Jesus and the other masters have upheld the practice of having a weekly Sabbath day as essential for man and woman to recharge his and her vitality by the restful silence of interiorization. See, yeah, we had a day of silence every Sunday in the ashram, but so do many householders and followers and other souls, not just followers of SRF. Well, we need to have seclusion as the price of greatness. Be still and know that I am God. It's key. It's key. This may be on a Sunday or any day of the week, suited to one's circumstances or community tradition. The worldly person saturates himself with worries and bombardments of sensory stimuli throughout the week, and loads his body with excessive, ill-chosen foods and their unassimilated poisons. Ooh. A day of fasting and introspective silence, tapping the peaceful wisdom reservoir of the soul, gives each individual a chance to think things over and recognize his life into and reorganize his life into a balanced mode. Observance of the Sabbath as a day given to God in spiritual culture signifies the willing cessation of all activities that scatter and divert the mind into material channels. Sermons and periods of silence and meditation on the Sabbath recharge body, mind, and soul. This peace, if deeply infused into the consciousness, may last throughout the whole week, helping man and woman to battle her and his restless moods, temptations, and financial worries. All right. So we have a little more reading in this lesson on the self-realization ray of light. And yeah. And we'll be ready for the next verses. There's a good wrap, isn't it? One more small little section next week, and then we'll jump into those new verses. Unless I get inspired to share something else that can even make the wrap even more incredibly embracing, all embracing, right? So thank you, everybody. Let me just ask you all to receive a big breath of spirit and exhale, surrender to the spirit that you are, the divine indweller within, around you, and everywhere. And expand. Just mentally observe that you're looking out a window right now and you observe your mind and your body in the sky as encasing you right now, expanding into the vastness of the sky. I am the sky, mother. I am the sky. I am the sky, mother. I am the sky. I am the vast blue ocean of sky. I am the vast ocean of sky, frozen sky. There's only you can understand. I am the sky, mother, and I am Mark. I am you. Wow. My bow. Namaste.